Let me know if you're able to hear me. Hey guys, I see some people are coming on. Ooh. Hey guys, Halen, I see you. Liz, who else is coming on? Say hi if you're coming on. Hey, guys, tonight we're gonna have a great topic. I'm just gonna let you guys settle in a little bit more. I'm gonna let you guys get settled a little bit while How was your week? I hope everybody had a great week. Kai, Felicia, I don't know. Not sure I know who that is. Hello. Theodore. All right. Hello, Nisleen. Happy Sabbath. If you can't hear me, let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. We're going to have a great live tonight. Hopefully, you guys call in tonight so you can share your opinions. I'll say your testimonies. Today's we're going to be focusing on wrapping up our mental health event. We've been having this mental health series going on for 2 weeks now, and this week is our last week. We're ending it because we wanted to bring like some conclusion, and obviously we had some great professionals who came on. I'll just to name a few of the ones that I know personally. Corrine came on. Matthew, his name is Matt Jean on Facebook. He's a therapist. We had Lynn. We had who else? We had the Ricketts who came on, which I think he will be coming on tonight again to talk. But tonight we want to focus on you guys and your opinions. Pretty much, how do you feel about it, and how do you think we should approach it as a community? And we're going to try to help each other out about some of the things that we need to know, and we're going to be well informed. Tonight, I think I'm going to focus a little bit about stress. I feel like it's one of the triggers to mental illness. So I'm going to focus on that, and hopefully we can pretty much target some of the stressors that we have and how to help us cope with those situations. As many of you saw, I do have a video out. Hopefully you shared it on the upcoming program coming up in March 31st, which will be focusing on mental health in general. But as you saw in the video, you mentioned suicide prevention. It's called Save Souls, and it's going to be epic only because we're gathering about, I'll say, more than 8 ministries together so that we can make this event. So that's going to be epic, and I hope that it brings the impact that we need, because it's extremely serious in our community. So we will hope that you all can pretty much support the cause. Share the video if you haven't shared it yet. It's on my page. And also reach out to me if you need help. So what this event is going to be focusing on is pretty much targeting on suicide prevention, meaning overall your mental health, so that we can prevent suicide in general among our young people in our community. We want to make sure that we let the public, or we'll say some church folks, I'll say our people who are reluctant to pretty much getting educated when it comes to that issue. and who pretty much are resilient when it comes to getting the help that they need, or the proper education and the proper help that they need to better help our community, our young people, and themselves. So we're going to educate them by providing professionals, people who are equipped to pretty much, people who are knowledgeable about the subject, to pretty much come out, and we'll have a panel where they will be available to answer questions as well as inform and educate. And later we'll make sure that we have resources for people who pretty much are at risk for mental illnesses or are at risk of suicidal, who needs the help. We'll provide those resources for them. So like you saw, there's different federations that's going to be involved, and it's going to be in 5 different states. The video was, created when I only had 4 states. That's why the 5th one wasn't mentioned. But it will be happening in Georgia, Florida, first of all, which I will be collaborating with Phasia in the afternoon, that Sabbath afternoon. Phasia, guys, hopefully I'm not talking to myself. If you can hear me, let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. I think the music is too loud. So let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, so to go back to my thoughts, we're going to be collaborating with Phasia on the Sabbath afternoon, that March 31st. And we're also going to be collaborating with Franco Federation also in New York, New England Federation in Boston. That's three states so far. Also one of the federation and in Georgia as well. And also we'll be collaborating with a ministry, I believe, in Virginia. So Virginia, Florida, Boston, Massachusetts, New York, and Georgia. So guys, hopefully if you are in either one of those states, you can pretty much collaborate with this event. We'll have a platform. We'll have a website so that you can see all of the people who will be participating, as far as the therapists and the people that, pretty much will be on that platform. And we'll also have a phone number where people will be able to text their concerns as well as their private questions, so that we can make sure that it remains confidential. Meaning, if you are afraid to talk about your issues, if you are afraid to talk about your struggles, and you have questions concerning mental illness or mental health, please, we'll just to let you know, if you don't want to be judged, we'll have a phone number. It will be a private phone number, so that you can ask those questions, and those professionals will receive them and answer accordingly. Okay? And you also have those resources. So that's one of the main factor I wanted to point out. Tonight, our focus is going to be on stress, and how stress can pretty much be one of the triggers to mental illness, and as well as depression, So we're going to focus on that. So first of all, please, if you can hear me, please let me know. I don't want to feel like I'm talking to myself. And if you have any comments when I'm talking that you would like to share, also share it on the comment. Share it, and or call in, and I'll pretty much bring you on camera so you can talk and, share what your thoughts are with me. Okay, this is not a comment for it. No. So if you have any comments about what the topic that we're about to speak on, please write them down as well as call in. Okay, so to start, we want to say that it is hopefully, before I continue, before I talk, I want to know that I'm heard. I don't want to keep talking if I'm not heard. If I'm heard, please let me know. Say, yes, I can hear you, Abel. You're not talking to yourself. That'll be great. I'm waiting for that comment, and if I don't see that comment, I will not proceed. I'm going to repeat myself. If you're able to hear me, please Say yes. I'm able to hear you so that I can proceed. Yes, Nesline, we're gonna get to that. It leads to anxiety and depression disorders. Yes, that's very accurate. So, moi parle Creole. Okay. Adam said yes. Okay, it looks like I feel like some of the I don't want to leave out my Haitians. I want to also speak Creole, but I feel like, since we've started in English, so I wanted to pretty much continue with that. But I can kind of translate the overall topic in Creole. And if you want, you can call in and pretty much express yourself in whatever languages you feel comfortable. OK? Aswa nous parler de stress et qui j'en nous capable aider, qui j'en nous capable contrôler stress nous et qui j'en nous capable aider tête nous mentalement. Nous dans 3 semaines ça qui passé nous t'ai on series qui était seulement sous mental, problème mental avec nous qu'a dit health, problème mental et avec qui gens que nous capable identifier problème ça yo et qui gens nous capable joindre bon aide. Nous dit que tout le temps que l'église dit nous pour nous prier, les gens qui ont problème mental ou soit gens qui souffrent problème dépression, anxiety, gens qui souffrent problème suicide, qui veut tuer tête yo dit comme ça, c'est prier ou pas prier enough, c'est que yo doit prier et nous te dit dans l'autre live qui t'est passé, c'est que la prière vraiment important et que bon Dieu c'est lui-même qui source nous, c'est lui-même nous supposé aller joindre pour nous parler avant tout problème nous t'a gagné, tout ça nous t'a gagné, c'est lui-même pour nous adresser avant toute bagaille. Mais est-ce que c'est celle-ça qui fait que qui lead pour ce problème mental? Est-ce que c'est seul nous pas prier ou soit peut-être nous pas prier, peut-être nous pas lire Bible nous, est-ce que c'est pour ça qui fait que nous avons un problème mental dans la communauté nous? Et nous voulons dire nous que c'est pas vrai, ça c'est un mythe que nous venons avec lui que peut-être ou pas prier, peut-être ou pas lire Bible, c'est ça fait peut-être ou parti ou soit dans culture par nous toujours dit que c'est manger un tel, c'est il tel chercher compte, il te fait un bagage, so il a manger un tel, c'est ça il toujours dit. Et pourtant c'est pas ça, il y a un pile factors, gan pile bagay qui actually cause problème mental. Pas gen moun qui ka vraiment bay nous cause problème mental. Pas gen moun qui ka di nou vrai cause là. Okay? Ça c'est number 1. Nobody can have a real cause of what causes mental illness. Mais nous ka di gen triggers, gen bagay qui contribue, qui ka fait nous développer. Yo di nous que si en famille gen problème mental, ça ka fait yon on risk factor, on risque qui cause on moun en famille qui gagne même problème ça tout. So ça veut dire nous te jeune en pile professionnel dans différents lives qui étaient fini dans différents lives qui étaient dernièrement 2 semaines dernières yo nous te jeune monde qui était venu professionnel qui vient expliquer nous qui était bon toute information que nous t'ai besoin qu'on ait ou soit que nous t'as besoin qu'on ait et que nous besoin qu'on ait. I feel like I'm conjugating verbs in Creole. But que nous besoin qu'on ait about problème mental dans la communauté nous. Et à souhait on a pas le focus sur stress. Et stress c'est un plus gros problème que nous avons dans la communauté. I feel like I'm going to keep speaking Creole only because I feel like the past couple of 2 weeks we've been focusing and we've been speaking English, but I'm going to try my best since my Creole is Kringlish. But yeah, stress c'est un plus gros problème que nous avons que nous devons adresser. C'est un facteur qui c'est un trigger qui contribue dans problème mental. Premièrement, nous tous souffrons dans le sens de nos stress, okay? Everyone feels stress at some time of their life. So if you can tell me you haven't been stressed, God bless your soul, and I think you're flat out lying. You're flat out lying if you've never been stressed ever in your life. So stress is pretty much one of the factors that we know we all pretty much can relate to. So that's number 1. Now, what is stress? Okay? Stress is pretty much how your brain and your body responds to any demand. So that means that demand can be anything. It could be stressors such as school, such as exercise, school, major life changes, you know, or traumatic events or things that have happened to you before. Ça qui te rivo déjà. Ça veut dire li capable stress c'est un bagage qui c'est genre brain nous cerveau répond avec n'importe demande. Ça veut dire demande là you know problème l'école, problème travail, on changement qui fait vite, un changement qui fait I'll just suddenly I forgot the word, but excuse me. Et il y a aussi un problème trauma, un trauma qui t'est passé dans la vie, un événement qui t'est passé dans la vie, car un problème aussi qui cause stress. Now, the thing is, stress can also affect your health, and that is why I feel like it is important to pretty much pay attention to all those minor and major stress events that occur in your life, so that when you acknowledge it and when you see them, you can ask for help. So, m'ple di encore, so stress, c'est un bagay qui est vraiment important parce que li ka cause l'autre problème, you know, l'autre problème santé que nous, si nous réaliser ou soit si nous ka ouais problème ça yo, soit sur le petit, soit que le gros, nous capable connaître qui gens pour nous adresser problème nan et qui gens pour nous ka joindre bon aide, OK, pour problème ça. Now, moi vle adresser 6 bagay que nous besoin connaître de stress. I want to address 5 things that I feel like we need to know about stress, OK? So, premièrement, nous dit déjà que li affecte tout monde, OK? Mais gen moun yo kon ki jan pour yo cope avec li, et gen moun ki kon ki jan pour yo pretty much recover. You guys understand what recover mean from sa ki rive. Some people know how to cope with it, and some also know how to cope a little bit quickly, and some knows how to recover a little bit. Some knows how to recover a little bit quickly, and some pretty much it takes them longer to recover. Now, gen différentalité stress. Et gain yon ki, you know, gain physique and gain mental, okay? And there's also gain physique risk factors et puis gain mental risk factors, health risk factors, okay? So, stress ka pour longtemps et li ka pour un coup période de temps et li ka pour une longue période, okay? So, et li ka so bagay tout qui rive constamment, ou soit qui a fait constamment. So, stress nan ka arrive, li ka court, li ka long, et li ka un bagay tout qui constant dans la vie, qui a, you know, son bagay que ou même ou ka mette sous tête pas. Gan pile de fois nous pas réaliser c'est nous même qui mette stress sous tête pas nous, ou soit, you know, la vie a nous ka toujours dit oh bagay la vie a vini pour moi, c'est, you know, c'est vrai, you know, problème la vie a kon vini, and you know, and you don't really know how to deal with it. But sometimes there are certain stress that we bring upon ourselves. Like we bring it to ourselves. I'm going to give you more examples in the near future, but I'll just say that. And again, some of the examples I would mention right now is routine stress, which is related to, I guess, pressure with school, work, family, and other daily responsibilities. You know, we all know that work can be stressful. School can definitely be stressful. Family can definitely be stressful. And of course, responsibilities of paying your bills can definitely be stressful. Now, stress can either bring, there are like sudden stress, basically like, you know, sudden negative responses. Pretty much an example of that will be losing your job or having a divorce. You know, divorce is one of the things that people will go through. You know, people will tell you, you know what, having a divorce caused me to pretty much fall into depression, you know, and stuff like that. And or being ill can also cause you to be stressed as well. And we also have traumatic stress experiences. That is something like you know, like let's say if a soldier went to war, they would come back with PTSD. So that means that's one of the stress that can happen. Assault. Let's say somebody got molested when they were a child. You know, somebody got raped. And also, let's say, for instance, the earthquake that happened in Haiti. That's a natural disaster. That's an example of a natural disaster that can cause, you know, other stress. And or someone dying also is also caused of that. I think that's one of the most likely, when people are pretty much most likely to fall into depression, when they lose someone that they care about as well. Those are some of the examples of those traumatic stress. Also, we have the people who pretty much experience those traumatic stress can pretty much have a temporary symptoms of mental illness, and also some will probably recover fast and some will not. So these are some key things that I'm trying to give, and some examples of the things that we can pretty much know about stress. These are a little bit of what we can talk about. Now, in adolescence, I guess, first of all, we need to talk about, I think there was a study that showed for adolescents, this is more relating to adolescent, there was a study by the psychiatry doctor, and you know how they usually use a mouse, you know, it's a mouse studies, because they say that the brain of an adolescent or a young mouse is kind of similar to an adolescent's brain, and they use that mouse, that a young mouse that was pretty much at risk for mental illness, and they pretty much isolated him for other a mouse. And what ended up happening is that the research shows that the isolation caused the release of a stress hormone called cortisol. Okay, so, and that cortisol pretty much affected another chemical of part of the brain, which is called dopamine, as we all may know, and some other professionals pretty much also mentioned, is that dopamine, when the level of the dopamine levels changes, it could also lead to schizophrenia and other mental disorders such as depression, and, you know, bipolar disorders and so forth. So now what it is that it shows that isolation can cause that. So because it is a little bit similar to the adolescent's brain, it shows some of the things that can happen with, you know, some adolescents who can feel lonely, who can, you know, feel isolated and feel like they don't belong in the world, and things that can develop within you know, within them. As we know, well, we might not know this, but adolescence is the age that is a little bit more fragile, you know, than others, because their brain are more sensitive. So what's happening is that the reason why it's so sensitive, because it's in the process of forming its wiring network. So what is happening is that they're changing and they're trying to find who they really are. So they haven't really found that sense of purpose yet, which I think Mr. Ricketts actually mentioned. One of the major factors to help us is to find our purpose. And when we cannot find our purpose, it becomes a little bit harder to deal with, you know, life stressors and feeling having a sense of belonging, because what it is that, and that's why it is more at risk, and suicide is the third leading cause in young adults and in adolescents, because what it is that we're trying to figure out who we are, so we don't have the sense of belonging, and you know, it leads to negative thoughts like, oh, I'm worthless, or I don't belong here, nobody loves me, nobody cares about me, I'm worthless, so I can't do anything good. So they feed into the negative thoughts all the time, and that pretty much releases, you know, some type of stress to the body that we don't really recognize a lot of times, because we feel like, oh, you know, this is normal, like this is life, you know, but it's a very serious thing. So for adolescents, it can be so sensitive to the point that the stress hormone can be affected a lot quicker. You know, it can affect them a lot quicker than any other people. So that is when it becomes a little bit tricky, but we'll continue on with some of the things that we need to know. The second thing that I feel like we need to know about stress, I'm talking a lot, but if you do have something to say, write it out as a comment. I don't want to feel like I'm talking by myself tonight. I'm extremely exhausted, to be honest with you, but I want you guys to participate. So I'm going to give everything that I have tonight, and I'll leave the rest up to you guys and everything that you have to add on to what I'm saying. The second thing is I want to make sure you guys know also that stress is not always a bad thing. Okay, it's not always a bad thing, because there is stress can also help motivate you. Meaning, what I mean is that it could help you prepare to perform for whether it is a test, whether it is a job interview, or different situations. And when it comes to, like life-threatening situations, where you kind of put yourself in a situation where your body pretty much has the response. It's like if it sees a threat and it responds to the threat, and that's when you get into the fight or flight response, where it's like, oh man, your body constantly reacts to that stress, and then pretty much your body goes into survival mode, without you even knowing. It just boom, and all of a sudden, your pulse is a little bit higher, more oxygen is flowing to your brain, so your activities are a lot quicker. And that's why a lot of time when we get into survival mode, we go back and realize, oh, this is how I reacted to that. Okay, so that's one of the things as well. So to let you know, stress is not, it can also be a good thing. Now, the third thing is long-term stress. That's when it becomes a problem. This is when it can harm your health, because what it does is that you not recognize so much what the stress is. You don't really recognize what it is, so you let it slide. I'm just gonna say it like that, because I'm saying, like, it fly by because you're so used to doing it, and it's a constant routine, so it becomes chronic. Something that is gonna last for a period of time, because what it is that you haven't developed the coping mechanism to help you with those kind of stress. So now it drags on. It drags on. So any way to get rid of, I think I'll address some questions after. I think Damien asked a question. Any way to get rid of cortisol? Okay, so let me continue on, and I'll try to answer that question. Okay, so now, for example, we have some people with that being said, basically with the long-term health problems, in other people it can pretty much affect their digestive system. It can result into diabetes. It can result into heart issues, high blood pressure, and also, as you guys, it is flu season, and some of us can be prone because of stress. If you don't sleep enough, your immune system is not strong enough. You get pretty much viral infections and the common flu. It is flu season, so I really encourage all of you guys to have pretty much good hygiene when it comes to washing your hands and all of that. I hope you guys are doing that, because it is flu season, so be careful with that. Just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, the routine stress, pretty much what I'm saying, going back to, is that it's one of the hardest type of stress that we can't really notice at first, because what it is that is the source of our traumatic problems. And if we don't address that source, what it does is that we pretty much have a mask on, and we ignore it until over time it strings along and affects us physically, and it could lead us into serious problems, including mental illnesses such as depression and anxiety. Okay, now we're gonna talk about some of the warnings, things. Okay, congratulations on the Creole. I forgot I was trying to speak Creole, but those are a lot of things to translate. But anyway, some warnings of stress. Now we can have an overload. Some warnings. Basically, some people, when they are stressed, you will hear them say, I have headaches, and they have frequent headaches. And oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had a comment saying I want to be on camera. Sorry. Yes. Some people, they'll have frequent headaches. Some people, you'll see that they are, they're withdrawn from the public. That's, a sign of a little bit of depression. They're depressed, so they stay home. They don't talk. They don't interact. They are no longer interested in the activities that they used to do. They don't really talk to their friends like that. Their sleeping pattern is changed. They don't they're not able to sleep. Some of them sleep a lot. Some of them are not able to sleep enough. And some people also, their body is different, so they can eat a lot or they don't eat a lot. You know, it's like it varies between it varies with the person. And some of our young people, they'll probably have, you know, pretty much they'll have anger, they'll be irritable, and they also can get to that level of suicide, which is the level that we do not want them to get. And that's why this is very important that we're addressing this tonight, so that we can help some of those people. Guys, if you have any comments, please write them down, and also come on live so you can share what your opinions and thoughts are on this. I'm just speaking because nobody have really, you know, called in yet. Nobody have really said, hey, I want to come on live and say how I feel about it. I'm just giving some other things about stress and what to look up for, and a little bit of background on it, and also how to cope with it. There are some ways to manage it, and I'm going to name a few things. First of all, I want to address this. Okay, so this is gonna sound a little bit more sensitive, because I feel like people sometimes will give you all sort of excuses to why they cannot do something. And I truly believe that if you want to change, if you want to pretty much fix something, you can, with the help of God, of course. And that is why God is the number one key source for you to be able to help that problem, because these certain things and behaviors and, you know, issues cannot be just addressed by us saying, we're fine. You know, I don't need to do anything. I can't stop this. You know, I can't prevent the stress that I'm having. I can't prevent them from happening. Now, it's true. Some of them you cannot prevent you cannot, you know, stop from coming, but some of them you are able to cope, and you know what your capacity is. Let's take some of us in the church. I'm going to take some of us in the church, for example. A lot of times, we'll find people in the church, and they're church leaders. They'll go and they'll take up to 3-4 jobs, and that's fine. You know, they'll take up to 3-4 jobs, and they'll pretty much overwork themselves. And a lot of time, church, we don't realize that our body is telling us, most of the time, when something is happening to our body, it tells you. And sometimes what it does is that we, as human beings, we choose to ignore that. But it tells you. It tells you what's happening. So if you are somebody that works a lot, you know, sometimes that could be your coping mechanism. But if you're somebody that work a lot and you see that this is affecting your health, whether it is, you know, you start having bad headaches, or whether it is that you start feeling like, man, I'm tired all the time, I can never feel like I'm energized for once, you know, whatever it is, you need to address it. You need to start knowing how to say, no, I cannot. A lot of time we deal with the word, no, I cannot sing Saturday morning, or no, I cannot, you know, go and do this. I'm going to be strict, honest, and this might sound like a little bit tricky. The word of God is serious. So what I mean by that is you need to work as hard as you work for your job. You need to work as hard for Christ as well. But there are times I feel like we push ourselves a little bit too much. Meaning, some people there's something called the guilt, the church guilt. Meaning, because I know how to sing, because I know how to direct, because I'm the praise team leader, every time they ask me to do something, I have to say yes, because I guess I know how to do it. And that's not necessarily true. If you are not mentally well, sometimes you're not going to be able to give your best. And that is true. It's going to impact you. It's going to pretty much, you're going to see that impact in everything that you do. If you are not feeling well, it will show. So even if you're that praise team leader, if you're tired and they're taxing you to direct praise team, Tell them, please pray for me. I'm really not feeling well right now. Today, I want to worship. I want somebody else to lead me to worship. So be able to say that, because the moment you do that, it will help you a lot better, because you're noticing when you are not able to do something. It's not really like in total, it's like God is not going to be mad at you for, just telling yourself, you know what, I want to be on the pulpit tonight. I want to be in the I want to be in the crowd praising God today while somebody lead me into worship. It's not, I don't think that should be an issue. You know what I mean? Well, this is just an example, but I'm just saying that overall. This is just an example, but I'm saying that overall. So now let's get into some of the coping strategies. Guys, once again, if you have any suggestion, anything that you want to say, and any light you want to shed on, how you dealt with stress in your life and how you can help somebody else and how you overcame, stress and anxiety or depression or suicidal thoughts, whatever it is, I encourage you to pretty much call in. And I want you to, first of all, share this video. I don't know if any of you share that video so your friends can see, but please share the video so we can know who's watching and who's interested in talking. Meaning what I was saying is that help recognize when you are feeling stressed, recognize when you are, your body can no longer take it. And I'm sure it will be a lot better for you. Now, that's the first thing. We have to recognize the signs for it. Now we need to, and if once we recognize that sign for other people, if you feel like it's a little bit more dramatic and, it's more than, it's unusual things that happen, speak to someone, speak to a healthcare provider, or reach out to see if you can find a therapist. If it's, you're depressed about a situation, speak to someone. If you feel like your mood switches a lot, and you always constantly down, talk to a provider. But most of all, the number one provider I would recommend you to talk to before you do that is God. Pray, 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 pray. And I'm saying pray, pray, pray. That's not all you do, but that's the first thing you do. Okay? I just want to repeat that again. That's not all you do, but that is the first thing you do. Meaning you go to God, you ask him, how can you help me battle this depression, God? How can you help me, go through this bipolar disorder that I'm dealing with? I switch personality. One day I'm happy, and the next minute I could want to slap somebody. God, like, please help me not to slap somebody today. Do that. Say something like that. Be real with God. Tell God, man, it's like I'm seeing things. I don't know why I'm seeing these things. Like, I feel like I'm going through this, and I don't know why. They keep telling me that I'm schizophrenic, but I want you to help me fight this. You can help me fight this, or give me the right people to help me fight this. I know I can do it with you. Give those kind of prayers to God, because the moment you become more real with him, that's when he will have compassion for you, and his will always be done. But we need to first address it, and when we back to reality, recognize the signs and speak out. Now, some other factors that we can pretty much get into is exercise. Exercise, at least it's recommended that you exercise at least 30 minutes, 30 minutes per day. Even if you're walking, what it is, just do some exercises. And I know that is the hardest thing to do, speaking from experience. It could be one of the hardest things to do, pretty much exercise, because everybody wants to be working all day and every day. So you don't really exercise, you don't really take that time. But like I said, if you want to find time to do something, you will do it. Once you put you first, you will start focusing on yourself, So exercise, guys, exercise. It's really, really worth it. Like, I feel like one of the best way to release to have a good mood and to have your energy and good energy, exercise. It is trust me, like, you will feel so much better when you do it. And I know it's hard. But you just have to push yourself and tell yourself to go through it. I was saying, guys, before that, this video, what do you mean by this video, Jen? What do you mean, Jenny, by this video? Y'all better exercise like 3 or 4 hours a day. Yes, Damien, I totally agree. Hit me up if you need help making exercise easier. Okay, Damien said is here. He should hit him up if you guys need some help. And if you want, you can even call in and let them know how exercise has helped you. That would be nice too. So if you want, just call in and to let us know how it has helped you and motivate somebody on this line about exercising. Okay, now we could also try a relaxing activity. Let's see who sent in a request. Did somebody send in a request? Let me see. No, not yet. But yes, so try a relaxing activity. For some other people, relaxing could be listening to music, being in a bubble bath, or playing cards, or watching a movie, or watching their Netflix, or find something that relaxes your mind, so that way you can cope with different things and different life stressors. Like stop lying to yourself and telling yourself you're not stressed. Don't do it. Do not do it, because that's when it becomes a danger. That's when the danger is. Okay, now find stuff. It's okay to relax. I know for myself, I have problem focusing sometimes, so I have to do different things all at once. Sometimes it could be a bad thing, it could be a good thing, and sometimes too, when I'm focused, I'm overly focused, so I have to just stop, because it's like I have two different personalities when it comes to stuff like that. Like I could do 3 different things at once and have problem focusing, and then when I feel like I'm not focusing enough, and then I go into the straight focus mode, and then I'm just like, and then that's when it doesn't really help me out a lot. It doesn't really help me out. Hit me up if okay. All right, so now we have another one, is set goals and priorities. So now you decide what must get done and how it can be done. Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, learn to say no. If something it doesn't work for you, learn to say no, so that you can stop further damages. Oh God. Yeah, so you can stop further damages. Like I was giving the example earlier. If somebody called you and be like, okay, you the praise team director, you have to be there, show up on time. But sometimes you don't have the energy. You don't have it. You feel very low at this moment. You need somebody to pray for you and give you the energy, and things like that. So that is something you can say no about. Like if you know that you're not capable of do something, say no. If you feel like you're taking extra shift and you don't really need it, the money, you don't have to do it. If your body's telling you no, don't push too hard. The only thing I think is okay to push is when you exercise, because what it is that your body adapt, to something, because you're doing it so much and your muscles are pretty much adapting and I guess is adapting, like Will Smith will say, adapting to failure in order to get better and things like that. I don't know if that's what he said, but yeah, so exercising is the only thing I feel like, okay, you push yourself. Even as you push through exercise, there's a point you cannot just push yourself all at once, because you might pass out, but you want to push yourself just to the limit, and little by little. You can't do too much of everything. Now stay connected. Now, what I mean by stay connected is that you need to be pretty much surrounding yourself with people who are positive. Like you need to stay connected so that you can get emotional support from your peers or people who are in your life that you feel will bring positive energy into your life. A lot of times we have adolescents, we deal with a lot of identity crisis. So what it is, we're finding ourselves. So whatever people say or whatever we see our peer doing, we want to do it. So it becomes a lot harder to pretty much find those positive people around, because what it is that social media is telling us one thing and your parents are telling us one thing. Hi, cuz, you want to call in and talk to us and tell us about how you dealt with stress and things like that. And how you cope, your coping strategies, as this is what we're focusing on. I never go past 70% in exercise and I rest often. Okay, Damien, if you want, call in and we'll give some pointers on the exercise. Another thing is Yeah, I was saying stay connected. Meaning, if you, there are some people that, this is like one of the important ones, for me, which is staying connected and being connected with, people who are positive, because even our family sometimes can be a stressor. You know, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I feel like people who you realize are negative in your life that you need to remove them. Just remove them without blinking. Remove them. Why? Because your life is more precious. I'm not saying to go ahead and remove all your family. I'm not saying remove somebody once you have a problem with them, because that's normal life, things. We all fight. We all have dealt with issues. But what I'm talking about is somebody who constantly speaks negative energy into your life. Somebody who's always telling you you're not going to be anything, in life. Or somebody who always calling you out your name. Somebody who every time you share a dream with them, they usually brings the dream down and bring your self-esteem down. It's like every time you near them and you say something positive, they pretty much reinforce it with something negative, never something positive. It's like Little Mary. You cannot do any of that. Are you crazy? You think you can become the next black president? Or, oh my God, you crazy? You think you could bring such a program together? That's not going to happen. Or, oh my God, why you sing so much? Like, they always have something negative when it comes to you doing something positive in your life. Those kind of people you need to watch out for. And even if they are your family member, you need to remove them quickly in your life, because they are not there for you and they are not called to be in your life. So those are the kind of people that you need to quickly remove. Okay, so you need to stay connected and stay grounded in with somebody who's positive, which is him, Jesus. And also you need to stay grounded with people who brings positive energy in your life. Okay, I can say I have some, well, I'm not gonna say that, but anyway, it wasn't gonna be something negative, by the way. It was something positive. But yes, consider a clinical trial. Yeah, that's something that's going to be tough, because not most people are going to do that. And not most people believe in it. But if it gets to a point where you feel like, you know what, there's nothing that's stopping, there's nothing that can help, and God were to lead you towards that direction, don't hesitate. And that's why I said that prayer is important, because you need to make sure you address God first, and he will lead you through anything. And miracles are possible. I believe in miracles. God is capable. He's capable of doing any miracle there is. So do not be afraid. I kind of totally forgot, but I think the Ray Kids were supposed to come on. I'm not sure if they're here right now. I was supposed to let them come on, but I'm wrapping up, and probably I'll let you guys call in if you want to, if you have something to say. Therapist is in this video. Teresa is in this video. Oh, Nadesh. Hi, Nadesh. Would you like to call in and say something? All right, I have a request. Damien wants to come on. As he's coming on, I think I mentioned that already. Hi.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hello.
Hello.
I don't think I can hear you.
Really? Can you hear
I'm
me?
not able to hear you. So you might want to try to
Man.
call back in, or I don't know, but I'm not able to hear. Can you guys hear
Hold
him?
on, let me try this.
If you can hear
Yeah, can
him,
you?
say yes. If you cannot, then you might have to call back. But can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay,
I
so
can
it looks
definitely
like you
hear
can hear
you.
me. I think you're saying yes, but I cannot hear anything at all. So try calling back. I'm gonna try to take you off and then send me a. Yeah, so I couldn't hear him. So I think he's gonna try to call back again. Okay, so you can hear me, but he's gonna try to call back again and give and share his points. I'm not sure if Ricketts are in online. If they are, please let me know. Let me know so that you can also come on. I feel like I've said everything that I needed to say about stress for now. So I'm kind of like drained. I didn't receive the Okay, so I just received the request again. Approve.
Doo-doo-doo.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, cool. Wonderful. So, do I talk now? Is it good to go?
Yes, definitely. Take it all in.
Yeah, so exercise is a great really stress and everything like that. I mean, just physiologically, it really helps out. But at the same time, it can be a cause of certain stresses. So whenever people want to exercise, especially for reasons like this, I mean, when none of us, well, not that many of us here are like professional athletes or competitors or anything like that. So pushing yourself too far a lot of times can actually cause your body to break down and have you focus on a lot more, have you receive a lot more stress. So I usually tell people to only do it to the point that it feels good for you. And that's going to be different for everybody. For me, for example, I can't go walking for half an hour. I can't do half an hour of cardio for anything. I really, really hate it. And the fact that I hate it is makes it less likely for me to go back and do it again. I like lifting weights, and that's the reason why I do that. It's not so much because it, I mean, it's not gonna, make me lean and chiseled and stuff like that, but it's what I enjoy, and it's the fact that I enjoy it that helps me to be able to manage my stress. So with exercise, it's important that people figure out what they like themselves and what works for them and what is actually going to encourage them and motivate them to continue to go back to it again and again and again. Yeah, does that make sense at all?
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have a product that's coming out soon to help introduce people how to pretty much how to gym and how to enjoy it. But that's a big part of it is that, you want to do whatever you enjoy and not just
Hmm.
to exercise or because you heard it was good, but make sure you're doing it to the point of enjoyment, even if
Mm.
it's not at the level of intensity that's going to get you a summer body or anything else like that. That's secondary when you're doing it for life and therapeutic reasons, is that you really want to do it for the purpose of enjoyment.
Okay. Do you have like a special plan for each different body types, or I'll say different people? Like those plans, for I don't know, but and when it comes to exercising.
Well, yeah, I definitely do. And I have a plan that's coming out for people that actually just want to go to the gym and get the most out of it. That works best for me
Hmm.
because, I'm a weightlifter, I'm a gym person, and I'm a competitive powerlifter part-time too. So that's what
Okay.
works for me. But at the same time, there are other people that actually enjoy doing cardio or they want to drop a little bit of body fat along with it. And I have things put together so that they can actually enjoy the process instead of doing the whole slowly dying on the treadmill and then like 3 weeks later saying, you know what, forget this. I don't want to do this anymore.
Mhm.
So to
Mhm.
help them actually get the benefit that comes by doing it, it's actually look forward to doing it. And it's really at the level of the person. Not that many people are going to be able to do what I do or work out
Mhm.
really fine. They have to do what works for them, and that's really the way to really
Yeah.
use exercise. And when that happens, that's when people actually start spending more time making it happen for them. That's when they actually start dedicating more time, is because they enjoy the process, they enjoy how they feel with it, they enjoy all these types of things. And so I don't believe in the whole no pain, no gain thing. That's to me, for a regular person, that's ridiculously stupid because we experience the pain and we don't want to go through it again.
Yeah.
So like I always say, make sure that we try to work out, and if we're doing it, to do it up to the point where we just are about to experience pain, but we don't right now.
Right. 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 Okay. Well,
Just
thank you
some, just
guys.
some.
You guys know who to go to when it comes to exercise. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You guys know who to go to when it comes to exercise advice. Damon, his page is here. Just click on it, add, and he'll be able to gladly help you guys cope. And if you guys is something that you're interested in, to find a coping mechanism, that'll be one of them. So thank you. I don't know if anything else you wanted to add.
No, I'm good. That's
Alrighty.
all.
Thank you, thank you. So, guys, you heard it from the man himself. So I'm gonna bring in on um, the Ricketts, and I think coming on now. Looks like he didn't. Can you approve? Okay, I'm approving it right now.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm holding it together.
You're doing an awesome job.
Oh, praise God. Bless us
What
tonight.
I just said it
Bless
again.
us tonight, please.
Oh, I just wanted to add on to what Damien said.
Mhm.
Exercising is one of the best ways to just clear your head. For me, it's one of the best. It's the best one of the best things that works for me. And he's right where it says that you know, the whole no pain, no gain thing, it doesn't work for everybody. For me, I feel the best when I leave the gym and I can feel like I had a workout. When I was younger and I was going through the things that I was going through, a friend of mine, my best friend actually, we set up a gym in his basement, and in the summer times we would just lift, man, and it just when you leave the gym, it clears your head. Now, if you look at some of my videos online, you might see that it doesn't look like I hit the gym anymore. And uh, yeah, I haven't been in the gym in a while. This guy, Damien, has been encouraging me with his videos to get back into the gym. So I'm trying to do that. Another thing that one thing to stay away from when you're looking to ease your mind is you want to stay away from the number one thing that it is that we go to, and that's like watching TV or going or browsing online. Those things actually cause depression, and it also kills your ability to pay attention or focus. Um, I believe it was 1 minute of watching television uh, decreases your ability to focus by I think like 50%. And that's just 1 minute, and
Mhm.
it's because it's a flickering light. It's a flickering light that when it hits your I don't have my notes in front of me in regards to this, but when it hits your frontal lobe, it breaks down
Mhm.
your frontal lobe. So you have no ability to reason, you have no ability to process
I think
information,
something
you
is
have no
happening. Give me
ability
one
to.
second. I think some people
Okay.
are saying something is happening, so I want to make sure they're hearing what's happening. I want to make sure that they're hearing. Guys, are you able to hear? Um, I just want to make sure if the people are able to hear. Okay.
This guy
Guys, if
Damien
you're
is
able
making
to
fun of
hear,
me
let me
about
know
my
so he can
knees.
continue. Please let me know if you're able to hear. Dre, please let me know. Yep, they cause depression
Can
and
you hear me? Can you hear me?
ha 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 ha. I think they're getting their reaction. Yeah, their reaction is a little bit behind. So maybe it's slowing down. Maybe you're, because I can hear perfectly, and I can also see your, it's on time. But I think for them, they're not able to. Yeah, and nobody's
So,
telling me
sh
what's happening. My knees are done. Okay, so I think they're getting reaction. Are you able to hear?
can you hear me, guys? Can you hear
Oh,
me?
that's you kind of texting back. Are you guys able to hear? Okay, um, someone said they can hear clearly. Who else wants to? Okay, so you can continue. Continue. I'm so sorry. I think some people say they can hear clearly. I don't know if they're from their computer or. Okay, Damien said he can hear. Go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, so yeah, it kills your ability to focus, and a lot of messages pass through television, through radio, through whatever it is that you're, whatever kind of media form that you give your focus to. And again, that your morality center is broken down, your ability to process certain information is broken down, and Satan uses that as a way to get things in. And so you want to stay away from that. You want to do things that will build up the mind. So you want to keep the mind active. Reading is an awesome way to be able to do that. So read. That's one of the things that's helping me right now. I try to read at least 2 books a week. I try to hit 4 a week, but with all the things that my wife and I have going on, I can only get in 2, and it keeps my mind sharp. And I read about things that I'm interested in or things that I need to know about. I'm not just aimlessly reading. I'm not like reading a romance novel or a mystery novel for whatever's sake. I'm reading to gain knowledge. And Damien can tell you the same thing. He does the same thing. And so it helps your mental, and it takes one of the best ways to overcome depression is analytical thinking.
Yes.
If your mind is focusing on something purposeful, or like you're paying attention to something constructive. So reading is one of the best ways to be able to do that. Bible study is an awesome way to be able to do that. So many of us don't understand certain things or about our faith, or don't understand certain things about Jesus Christ. So you can knock down 2 birds with 1 stone, overcoming depression through analytical thinking and learning more about Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, by delving into the Bible and studying yourself. So, I mean, those are a couple of, and also exercise in other form. If you don't like to lift weights, there's sports. You can go jogging, or you can go for a brisk walk. Getting fresh air is important. Going out and getting sunlight is important. In the north, I'm down south right now, but in the north, back in New York, it's not always sunny. It's cold right now, so people tend to stay in a lot, and they don't get natural sunlight. So you need to go outside and at least for 10, 20 minutes, get the sun beaming down on you. Get fresh air, breathe in some fresh air. I remember somebody last week was explaining how people in the South are less likely to be depressed than people in the North. And one of the ladies, when she moved down south to Florida, she started to see an improvement in her mental health. And it's all because of sunlight, air, setting. There's more trees. In the North, we have, like if you live in Brooklyn, you live in Queens, you see more buildings and concrete and stuff like that. And we weren't designed to live like that. Our minds weren't designed to see that every single day. So those are just a couple of things that off the top of my head that I can say that you can do. Yes, yes, she is. I think she wants to come on the live.
Like, yes, Daddy.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my 2 cents that I have to pitch in.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So
Yes,
apparently
humor is an awesome way.
Yes, it is.
Damien said humor.
I think it's
Yeah, it
for
is.
me, specifically for me. Humor is definitely what pretty much helped me. So yes, thank you so much, Drake. So we'll pretty much
No problem.
the word stress. You take those same letters and rearrange them, and you get rest. Wow, that is very creative. So remember, when you get stressed, take your rest. Thank you, Damien. You're so wise. I know you're saying, but there's other S. What do you do with that? You take that S and throw it on your chest and be super. I love it.
This guy's a dummy, man.
I think you should post that as your status. I think it's dope. It's really dope. But I'm gonna let you go. Might want to get some rest.
Okay.
So. Yes.
And Damien, I'm waiting on my library. He promised me a library, and I'm not gonna let him off the hook. Promise me some books. I'm waiting on them.
He heard the
All right,
man.
good night. Good night.
All right, good night. I think you know how to do it, so I'll just let you exit out. Yes, Dre just point out some very important issues when it comes to stress and how to deal with it. Try to pretty much reinforce your brain with positive energy, positive and purposeful, meaningful things. So if you are somebody who find some creativity, find something. Some people is are very artsy. So if you're a singer, I know some people, they're very talented. Like one of our friends here on the line, Shushi, she's extremely talented. So I would recommend, if you have a talent, use that talent and pour out all your energy into that talent. If you're a singer, when you are feeling sad and lonely, just use that God-given talent and pour that into your music. You will touch so many lives, and that will give you some sense of satisfaction as well too. So you can do that. If you're a pianist, put your energy into something positive. If you're a reader, if you like to read, you can read so many books at a time. Dre, maybe just go ahead and read and give yourself some knowledge, and you will feel a little bit more empowered because you're gaining and getting more wisdom and understanding in order for you to deal with different things. So, that is those are the things that we need to reinforce. We need to reinforce those positive things and positive thinking as well. A lot of times, the thing that happens with some of, I would say, younger folks, is that they feed their mind with negative thoughts and negative things that are very vain, because nowadays our society is vain. Social media is just focusing on the wrong thing. They're not helping us. Oh my goodness, every time. Okay, so somebody, yeah, our live is having some issues, but hopefully you guys can see it later on. It's having some issues. I won't be staying until midnight. Honestly, I'm totally drained, and that's one of the things that you do when you feel like you're drained. You have to stop, and this is one of those nights that I will stop in a couple minutes, and other people are feeling depressed as well. Yeah, so Dre was giving us, just to piggyback on what he was saying. So if we do things that that will help you spiritually as well as, I guess, mentally, and other sources, like you go to Bible study. Sometimes Bible study, somebody would say, the right thing and elaborate on the Word of God, some things that you were confused about, and give you some positive reinforcement, and build your faith a little bit, better than it was yesterday when you entered. I said sing if you are a singer, praise if you're a worship leader, exercise. If you're somebody that likes to lift weight, like Damien here, just go ahead and exercise. Give yourself that little satisfaction of getting some muscles. um what are other things that people want to do? Like go skydiving. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure we're gonna find our Haitians to go skydiving, but yeah, do something that you feel like it's positive. Okay, somebody saying it's keeping me. Facebook, please get it together. All right, we will be ending our live, but I want to leave you guys with some Bible verses. Remember, take care of you. It's okay to feel. Okay, we wanna say we all stress. We all go through daily struggles. It's okay to have issues, but take care of you. The most important thing is coping strategies. And for us young people, the earlier we kind of develop coping strategies, the better we kind of help our life in adulthood. Because what it is that if you are battling with certain things and you live on, later on, it will affect you in your adulthood. It will affect you a lot more if you actually found and discovered a coping skill to help you through that situation. I want to read this comment. Also, when you get stressed, we try to reserve it with sweets, and we turn to stressed and reverse, which is DESSERTS. Don't reverse stress, manage it. Oh my God, this is so. I think you were born for this. You were born for this, okay? You were born for this. I'm gonna just tell you that, okay? You were born for this. So yes, guys. it looks like our live was having difficulties, as well as yesterday had some difficulties. But the devil is not going to stop us. I'm sure you'll be able to go back and watch it. For those of you who weren't able to get, see this while it was live, you can go back and pretty much see it as when I end this. Don't forget our event coming up. As I mentioned earlier in this video, go ahead and I'll have the link to the video maybe on the on top of this live, and you can go watch it, share it with your friends, and make sure that you bring somebody along. If you're in any of those states, New York, Georgia, Florida, Boston, Virginia, please contact me if you want to help, if you want to be part of the team for Save Souls event. Let me know. We'll help. We'll be happy to have you, and we'll be happy to you know bring you on so we can help save lives. Yeah, I was born for this. I'm gonna quit my job and find a job fulfilling my passion as an anagram creator. Nah, playing with words is a hobby. All right, but you're really good at it. See, if you're somebody that see what you're good at and you don't practice it, come on now. That's a problem. You need to find what you're good at and practice it. Okay, we're not just gonna say you take this professionally, but you never know. In America, anything is possible. Okay, I'm very tired. All right, let's read some Bible verses now. Hopefully, I don't sound depressed on this video. But guys, please take care of you. Take care of you. Nobody can take care of you better than you. That rhymes. It was the worst quote ever, but it rhymed. I'm going to read a couple Bible verse, about depression, anxiety, and things that will remind you who is with you when you're going through those troubles. One of them, the Lord is a refuge for the oppressed and stronghold in times of struggles. Psalms 9, verse 9. I have set the Lord always before me. Before he is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. Amen. Psalms 16, verse 8. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Okay? A righteous man may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all. Did you hear that? I want to say this again. A righteous man may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all. It didn't say the Lord delivers him from some. It didn't say the Lord delivers, them from, I guess, from specific issues. He delivers them from all. He delivered you from drug abuse. He'll deliver you from schizophrenia. He will deliver you from the bipolar. He will deliver you from depression. He deliver you from traumatic events that cause you to be suicidal or cause you to to withdraw from people. He will deliver you from things that causes you not to believe in yourself. He will deliver you from everything that you ask him for, and according to his will. It is not hard for him to do. God is our refuge and strength and ever-present help in trouble. Okay? Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. For the ends of the earth, I cry to you for your help. And when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the towering rock of safety, for you are my safe refuge. When my anxious inner thoughts, becomes overwhelming, your comfort encourage me. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. This is one of my favorite, because sometimes we have problems submitting. Let us learn to submit to God. Let us learn to give our all. The best feeling in the world is knowing that you're not in control. I know sometimes for our control freaks, which I'm one of them, we like to be in control of everything that happens in our life. How we get our degrees, when we get it, who we marry, when we marry, when we get that promotion, when we apply for that job, when we get the car, when do we want the kid, what kind of kid we want, the we want a girl, if we want a boy, we want to control who, we control everything. A lot of us, we want to control everything in our life. But guys, I feel like planning, nothing wrong with planning and having a beautiful future, but I want us to be able to check ourselves and know we are not in control of ourselves. The last time I checked, you are breathing because of God. So whatever the issue might be, whatever you feel like you have to have control of, let it go, give it to God. He will be the one in control of your life, and with that, you will be able to see how he will work with you, and how he will bring you places that you've never dreamed of, and he will make you cross the Red Sea, literally. He will bring you places regardless of your circumstances. Don't be surprised you deal with different disorders and God is using you to come out and save somebody else and come out. So he has a purpose for each and every one of us. We just have to surrender to him and believe that there's a purpose for us, and feed your mind those feed your mind those thoughts, those positive thoughts, that God, you have a purpose for my life, and I have to learn to trust in you and lean not into my own plans and my own understanding of things, because sometimes we'll not be able to understand why God does the things that he do. We won't be able to understand them. We just have to just learn to trust and stop trying to be impatient about our life situations. Speaking about mental illness, the things that we stress about sometimes, they're not worth it. There are some far more precious things in life than, that car, than, that job that we want, or, things that we focus on. And I know it sucks, but the things that we don't have control of, whether it is that you were molested or raped, or whether it is that you fought in the war, or whatever the case might have been, where you experienced a traumatic event, whatever that might be, pray that God allow you to go through those situations, and remember finding your coping mechanism. I want to say that I love each and every one of you guys, and I also want to point out, make sure that we help save each other. We will not be able to save everybody. No one can save everybody. The only person that can save everybody is God. But let us try that whatever we do from now on, the life that we live forward, it can impact one person. I don't care about this coming up event that's happening. I'm so serious about it that even if it's one person that we're safe, even though this is happening in 5 different states, okay, this is going to happen in 5 different states. But if it's just one person that is saved, I'll be satisfied, because the mission is, we leave it in God's hand and he controls the rest. There's that one person that's going to want this, that's going to need this, and it's going to change their life forever. So let's just focus on finding what our purpose is and work on it. Work on our craft. Do what we have to do here down on earth. Make him proud, and you see how many lives you will impact with your talents. Just do it. Just do it. Feed those energies. Feed those positive energy. We're going to just pray so that we can go to our lovely bed. Let's bow our heads and close our eyes. For those of you who are still on the line, let us just pray now. And I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties. I have no idea why it's acting the way it's acting. But we'll try to see what Facebook is up to. Okay. Dear Heavenly Gracious Father, Lord, thank you so much, Father. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your amazing grace. Thank you for allowing us to still be here. For we're not worthy. We're not worthy of the love that you have. We're not worthy of being here and giving us a second chance. But we are so grateful. We are so grateful that you have seen us. You see us for your child. You see us as your children, and you see something else in us that we don't see sometimes in ourselves. We are so grateful that you allow us to live every day have a second chance at life and to become the better person or the better human being or the Christian that you have called us to be. Lord, as we wrapping up this mental event series, as those 2 weeks that we spoke on, I ask that you help the people that needed this and impact them in a way that they can feel your presence. They can feel that you have taken control over their life. You have taken control over their life and the things that they need your help with, assist them with it. Lord, we call out for the people who are not able to call on you for themselves. We ask that you allow us to distinguish the people around us who are suffering. Help us to react better with compassion the way you did. Help us to not have an eye of judgment so that when people present us with their problems, instead of first thing judging them, we see them as they are and see that they are a soul in crisis and a soul in help. And the best way we can help, we can put ourselves so that we can be a servant to them just like you did for us. We love you so much, Lord, but sometimes we don't know how to express that love, some of us, Lord. And for those of us who don't really know you, we go to church. We really do all the praise. We go and we sing and we do all of the church events. But some of us who really don't know you, help us to now take this seriously more than ever, to sit down, read our Bibles, stay connected with you, walk in purpose, and help us to surrender to you so that we can live the life that you have called us to be. And also when you take control, we can see the wonders, we can see the lives that you will change through us, Lord. As this upcoming event is coming, Save Souls, I pray that you bless all the leaders who are also going to participate in this event, and also the professionals who are also going to be involved in helping those young people and those young adults. I pray that you allow them to be used in a way that they will never imagine. I pray that you allow them to be vulnerable, to let you in so that they might not see this for your glory. Help us to be humble, to know that this is just you who will be working through this event, Lord. Help us to be humble so that we can understand that only you can bring and can bring light. Only you is the source of 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 change, Lord, and only you is the source of our salvation. Lord, I pray for this ministry, Real People, Real Lives, as some of us, we struggle with different things that we may not talk about, but I pray that you continue to keep us in your arms, keep us so that we can focus on this ministry. We may not neglect it because so many people who are watching need this. Whether it's that one person at home who's been battling for years whether or not they should go back to church. Lord, I pray that you allow them to feel your presence, and you can use this platform so we can save those people who are watching with us whenever they'll be watching this video. I pray that you can truly penetrate their hearts so they can feel your presence with them through it, no matter what it is, and help them to reach out if they need the help that they need, and help us to also be there when they do. Thank you so much for the Sabbath that you have provided for us, for you created for us so that we can be closer to you. I pray that you'll help us to go through it. And I pray for all the people who suffers with mental illness and all people who are suffering from losing a loved one right now, Lord, as these events are happening more. Help us to cope with that, as it is the hardest thing to deal with. But we know you have a purpose, you have a reason for everything. Forgive our sins, for we do not know what we do sometimes. But I pray that you forgive us for the unknown and for the known sins. We love you. We can't wait to see you in the clouds of glory. In Jesus' precious name, I do pray. Amen. Amen. Hopefully you guys were able to hear me through this prayer. I hope you guys have a good night and you go to sleep. You have a great rest, as that's what I'm going to do. Thank you for being on tonight, and those of you who are not able to see this, as soon as I stop this video, it will post on my page. You can just go back and watch it. Hopefully it will still let you watch it. But alright guys, much love. See you next Friday. I'm sorry I sound so I'm just very low of energy right now.